Today we are doing a video, and it's where it's today the three of us are drawing the same photo reference in our own styles, and today I have with me.
Who do you have with you, buddy?
Yes, when you're supposed to come in. I did.
Oh, you didn't make that very clear.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay, so I that's when you be like that's when you say your name, and that's when then after Grace says her name.
Okay.
Let's
Sam.
say
I
like
got
I'm Sam
it.
and
Pokemon
I'm
Sam.
Grace.
I am Sam. Hi.
We're just gonna keep this one in.
Yep. You are gonna have a blast
Keep it
editing
rolling,
this,
keep it rolling,
Alyssa.
keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Okay, and who else is here?
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm Alyssa's girlfriend.
Not true. You're lying.
Just kidding. Hi.
Okay, so it's good. It's three artists, and we're drawing the same reference. And Sam's going first.
I am going first. So there's like it's written on the screen, but the first 18 seconds of this is really poor quality because I used a bad program for it, and I don't even know what it was doing. It just sucked. But
I
after I
like
did the
that.
sketching, after I did the sketching, I switched to OBS, which was so much better and so much easier.
OBS is the shit.
I think
I'm
in
glad you
total it took
realized
me
that early
about yeah. I think like my overall this probably took me around like 3 or 4 hours, something around that. Every part was about an hour, and I separated the recording into 3 different parts, but it was fun. I think my favorite part is definitely the line art. For the coloring, like I I'll talk about that when the coloring actually comes here, but
looks very
I
smooth.
yeah, I had a
I
lot
love
of
your
fun.
line art.
I've been doing like much thinner line art lately, and I don't know, I've just been liking it a lot
I really
more.
like it a lot. I really like how your style is developing lately.
I
Thank
could
you.
never do like smooth, like clean line art. So
No.
that's a you thing, baby.
Yeah,
It
like I
looks
Sam's the
used to
very
do
line
like
art king.
I'm the line art boy. I used to do like much thicker, like chunkier line art. Oh god, the chain necklace. This part.
that I hated that so much.
I
Did
just
anyone
you'll
enjoy it?
you'll
No,
see I literally bullshitted it so hard. It's so funny.
I literally
Yeah,
saved it to, like last and half-assed it.
like it was one of the last things I lined. I didn't know what to do, what I wanted to do with it, because okay, my least favorite thing to draw, small little details like that. Like I prefer simplifying them. So you see, like after I drew one chain, instead of like drawing more, I just copy and paste it until it
Copy
looks
and paste.
okay.
You
I
know,
can't sit down and do tedious stuff like that.
it
But like
works.
That's valid.
one thing I do like about my line art style is how there's like when I was doing the really thick line art, the face would especially look just super busy because the line art was thick, and I do a lot of like facial lines, facial details and stuff, and it just I don't know, it didn't really work that well. But with a thinner line art, I can do a lot more, and like it's more subtle, and I just like the way it looks better.
Yes.
And it does make it a lot more annoying to color though, because I use the fill bucket mostly. Okay, so for this, I think the colors like look good here, but on my laptop, towards the end of the process, the colors I see on my laptop screen, they aren't really the most accurate. So like the skin tone looks so washed out on my screen. It looks like closer to a gray than anything else. Like it wasn't very vibrant. It just made the whole picture look dead. So like last minute before I finished the drawing, I ended up changing the skin tone,
Mm.
and I kind of regret doing that because I think it like I don't know. I think it just looks too close to the hair, and it's like a little too dark. It just kind of washes it all out with the shading, and I think it kind of I don't know. It's something I would have gone back and changed, but it is what it is. You live and you learn.
I
But
had like the
overall,
I used to have the same issue on my iPad because I had like a blue filter over everything, so
yeah,
everything was overly red and
it's pretty
warm.
much like the colors are a lot more vibrant than I see on my screen. So sometimes, like, because you know how I like doing like pastel backgrounds a lot of the time.
Hmm.
Mm.
There have been so many times where I've emailed it to myself, and like it was like a nice like soft mint green on the laptop screen, and then I email it to myself, and it's just neon Nickelodeon slime green, and it's like, oh no, no, this
It's
is
not what I
not
was going for.
good. Not
That
what I was
happens
doing.
to me because I'm used to like hyper saturating everything, so something like could be like literally neon colored, but my eyes can't adjust to it, and I think it's like muted. So then I
Yeah.
end up like making everything vibrant.
What are all these layers, Sam?
Got a lot of layers, just different. Okay, when I shade skin, I don't know. Like I keep things very soft when I'm shading skin, and sometimes I worry about like because there's always like when you're doing. I don't have a realistic style. Like I don't want a realistic style. I like it being stylized, but
Mm.
it's semi-realistic in a lot of ways. So I keep like the skin shading very soft. I like the way it looks. I like it being smooth, but trying to like find the line between textured and over blended is always something I struggle with skin. That's why like I started doing a lot of texture overlays just to kind of give it a bit more grit.
I like that.
Yeah, and I think that definitely helped in this drawing, but yeah, like especially when I started looking at like your guys' drawings, like the highlights and shadows you do are a lot more vibrant, and that's something I want to start doing more with my art instead of like these super soft, like very blended shadows. It's something I want to try experimenting more with, just
You want
more
like more
dramatic lighting.
contrast?
Yeah, more contrast with it.
It's
So it's
funny
something I
because
think I've always like. It's something I'm very like shy doing. Like it's out of my comfort zone, and that means I shouldn't start doing it more.
It feels scary
yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah, but if it's scary, that means like, hey, it's cool to try. Like this is
you
where
gotta
I'm adding that.
experiment.
This is my favorite texture overlay. I have a few I use, but that one's my favorite.
It's a good one.
It's like your
It's a good
signature look. I like it a lot.
Yeah, just I like the grit it adds to it because I don't like super smooth art. Like this is where I change the skin tone, and I don't dislike it, but it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
like
Hmm.
it's not exactly the look I wanted, but it still looks good.
I
Overall,
still
I
like
think it's a good drawing. The hairstyle was especially like so different and out of my comfort zone. I've never
Yeah,
drawn
I'm
any
glad we
hair
chose
like
this
this.
reference picture
it.
'cause it's very unique.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay! Hello. All right, this is my drawing, and I think I just want to start out by saying that sketching is my favorite because I don't have to stress about it. I think painting is probably my like least favorite part of drawing, like because I don't know, I'm kind of in the in between. Like sometimes I do line art, and then sometimes I paint. It really depends on how I'm feeling, but like you'll see throughout this, like, speed paint that I redraw the hair, like, 50 times because it was just so difficult to get the right shape I want and be able to do a line art for it.
This is like my first time seeing like your whole process. Like I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
watched like any kind of speed paint from you.
Me copying and pasting in the eye.
I do that too.
I, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I
There
just
I don't
like
isn't.
it
know.
being
It's
proportional.
visual art. You got to use it to your advantage, you know?
So you can see, like, I had the reference image up so I could color pick easier because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't wanna get her skin tone wrong because
That's what I
I
should
just
have.
I stress
I did
about
that too.
that a lot, and it helps me get a better idea of, like, lighting reference so you can see, like, where I was going with the lighting, at least, like, around one side of her head, how it like, in the picture, like, her skin tone up on her forehead almost fades into her hair at some point, but I was like, "Aw, man, I don't know." And then you can see here, like, doing the hair, it was I just did not enjoy it. It was very stressful because I kept looking at the image right next to it, and I wanted to get, like, the right spike, uh, like, I don't know how to say it. I wanted to angle them correctly because sometimes you can see compared to the image in my drawing, they're, like, curved, but in reality,
Yeah.
like, they were very spiky, and, like, to me, that's just uncomfortable because that's not how hair works.
I think we can
Yeah.
all say that this is the first time we've drawn or painted Liberty Spikes, so
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was very different, but I enjoyed it. It's like
so you
yeah.
can see, like go ahead.
I'm just
I was
glad we
just gonna
chose like a unique reference.
yeah, like we had a few different references we were looking at, and they were all really nice, but this one was like I liked everything about this reference except for the necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say like it's cool choosing this kind of reference because we all have such different styles and
Yeah,
like
for
seeing
sure.
how we each translate it. Like we were talking about how we all kind of drew different boobs even though we were
Yeah.
referencing the same picture.
Mine were very prominent, like, I was like, "Hell yeah.
Big
Titty
I
titty
time."
goth
I got
Gia.
some nice I got like I did soft boobs, you know, they were
I
there, they were prominent, but were
Boobs were there.
I would describe them as delicate.
I had, like, no idea how to shade, like, the I don't even know if it was leather or not, like,
I
her,
think it
like,
was
tank
like
top thing, I
pleather
was
or
like, "I
something
don't
like that,
fucking know
yeah.
how to do this." Here I go back again with the hair, like, erasing it all and then redrawing it. I think I probably, like got interrupted like 3 times from my brother asking me to help with his homework, and I was like, "Can you go?" And, like, every time I would have to, like, pull up the reference image on my phone again and just, like, stare for another 5 minutes, but, like,
I
I don't
like
know,
how we literally all did the necklace last.
We all did
I
it last,
literally
and we did it so differently. I actually really like how you did that,
That was
Grace.
cool.
thank
Like, it
you.
was really simple, but, like, genuinely, like, I thought that's cool. That's a cool method.
I wish I didn't change the eyes, like, it's the okay, so when I first started painting it, I really liked how the eyes came out, but then I realized, like, on her lid, she has, like, a bit more of a lighter eyeshadow, and I ended up changing the eyes, and I look like, going back through the footage, I was like, "Fuck, I don't like that." But I don't know. The chain
It's always
was
last minute
difficult.
changes.
I love how pronounced you make the eyelashes.
My
Your
favorite part.
eyelashes and, like, literally all your art is so pretty. That's, like, a big
My
signature of yours, I think.
Yeah, swag.
I feel like another thing about my drawing is that I have this thing, like, that's a part of my style, though I love giving people, like, pronounced blush, even if, like, they're not wearing
Oh,
blush or, like
totally. It has a lot of, like, pinky tones to your art, and, like, I would describe your art, like, even, like, the drawing we did that's, like, not pink at all, it's still, like it has pink vibes because that's just your signature, and I like
it's the
it
same
adds a
thing I
lot
do
of
with my
depth.
makeup, like, I always wear, like, tons of blush because it's I don't know, it's just fun.
It always looks good.
Very
Thank
cute.
you.
Swag o'clock. I like to
Can I go
do when
right?
I go in for realism, I try well, I didn't end up with like a fully realistic portrait, but
I love that sketch.
I like having it side by side with the reference so I can get the proportions right. And I even like usually will overlay my sketch with it so I can liquefy it just to make sure it's all right. And then after I know that it's all in the right place, that's when I can like just go in on my own. Yeah, that's where I'm like
That was pretty
I
accurate.
That
yeah,
was pretty good.
I like going in like with what my first impression is and then like just altering it a little bit. And then
Mhm,
after that, I can kind of just stylize it to my own style because I don't like
mhm.
doing like fully realism. So that's what I did. And now this is what I call the line art layer, but it's not really line art because
That
it's
is
just like
not line art. That's
for
just a
Because
me.
refined sketch.
you're just gonna paint over it anyway.
Yeah, this is what my line art is because I end up just blending it in because I paint the whole thing anyway. And I like using the pencil tool because it makes it easier to blend in when I'm painting rather than like having the really like
Yeah, you don't need to
clear
worry about, like,
lines.
making super crisp line art or
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
Procreate's awesome, they have the best brushes, I swear.
I love Procreate. I don't miss using Paint Tool Sai. Sorry, Sam.
Paint Tool Sai is a program.
It
I like
is.
Fire Alpaca.
I
And
never
I did what Grace did, and I color picked directly from the reference. And I can't do the bucket tool because I don't have line art. So I have to like outline everything with the color and then fill it in. And then I auto lock like the layer that the skin or whatever is on, and I do like a general like blushing of where the shadows and
So
different
is
colors
auto
I
lock
want.
pretty much the same thing as, like, on Paint Tool Sai when you would just, like, select a layer with the, magic wand tool?
Yeah, it's actually called alpha lock. I don't know why I called it what I did, but
Oh.
it just like keeps it into the layer so I can like blend it easier and not have to worry about it going outside the lines.
It looks very crisp, I like it.
And then also I afterwards I'll usually erase like the edges to make it crisp so that it's not all blurry on the edges. And right now I'm just focusing on getting the lighting and everything from the original reference because after
Mhm.
I'm done laying all this down, I go in with like more saturated colors like Sam said. I like pushing realism with like really like saturated shadows and different colored eyes and stuff because I think it's boring to leave it like
Yeah, you
normally.
added a lot of red to the eyes, didn't you?
Yeah, and I've been doing this thing lately where I like put shapes in the pupils and make it really like bright and color dodgy just because I
Add
like
I
a
the
lot
like
of
it.
eyes to stand
color.
out. There's the purple coming in. Swag.
I love your use of just, like, colors that, like, you can't even see in the reference, like, you just add, like, the nicest colors to people's faces to really make it, like, actually look like a face.
It's so good. You've always been really good about that, like, you'd have these, like, realistic, like, drawings in your sketchbooks using, like, the weirdest color combinations, it's like that's something I've always admired about your style.
Man,
You just
remember
never think you're
using
gonna
actual sketchbooks? I just do
Yeah.
digital art
You
these
paid good
days.
money for this iPad.
I did. Oh my gosh, it's my pride and joy. I
Eh,
I honestly didn't spend that much time on her hair. I kind of just went in and was like, all right,
Simplify.
boob
How do you
time.
describe the boobs you did for this one?
So how I go about cleavage is oh, there's like the heart and the
Oh, that's so
red eyes.
pretty.
Cute.
I make it a little less like standoutish. I kind of lower the opacity a bit, but I try to for cleavage. Like I like how in painting things stand out and look really cool when you put some like a stark contrast between a light shade and a dark shade. So usually I'll make sure like the in between of both boobs are like a lighter color so that when you see like in between they're like it makes it like have more depth because you see it oh yeah, necklace time, necklace
Nice
time.
film.
I kind of did what Grace did with like putting the darks down first and then like putting the lights on.
It's
But
just so much easier.
yeah, I honestly I did not spend a lot of time on the necklace. I don't care
Yeah,
for it.
that's something that like wouldn't work in my style since everything like is lines.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Alyssa, how long did this take you?
I think 4.5 hours or something like that.
All right.
What was
I
your time,
think
Grace? About how
I
long?
think like when I looked at the footage, like the full time, because I didn't break up my footage, it was 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, the shortest of all of ours.
I I don't know how. I was just like pushed through. I was like, let's get this done.
On average, most of my drawings, like a finished drawing, it's gonna take anywhere from 2 to 5 hours for me. Sometimes give or take that, but that's usually
Mhm.
my average.
Painting it usually takes me like minimum 4 hours and then maximum 8 hours. So
Your
Well,
rendering's a lot more precise than mine. So
you
there's the
spend so much time
circles,
rendering. It always
circle
looks so
time.
good.
When I was adding all of the shadows and I did like red highlights and stuff, I wanted to make it look more cohesive by adding a background with those colors so that it looks more like
mhm.
backlit or like bounced off of her skin. So that's why I did like a gradient with the same tones that I used in her skin.
I love it.
It's
And
so
that's
pretty.
that. So
Get down, you little 回る触れる切ない気持ち二人で一緒にねも
I wish I added more like stylistic choices on mine, but you live and you learn.
I wish I had been like a little bit more cartoony because typically like I don't even paint half of the time, but it was fun to be back and paint for once.
I think that we all learned a lot through looking not only at like I think portrait studies in itself make you learn a lot, but also like seeing how other artists interpret references and
Mhm.
Yeah,
stylize
like
it.
it really inspires me. Like now, I genuinely want to like focus on my shading more because it made me realize like, okay, I could be pushing it further. This is like very new to me, and like watching your process, like it was just cool to see. Like, I want to work with other things, but I don't do many portrait studies. Like, I use a lot of references when it comes to like if I'm drawing a character that I know is like Asian or black or a different ethnicity. I will always use a reference just to make sure I'm like getting the features right, making sure like because
Okay,
my
white
style
man.
doesn't. Yeah, I am a white man, and you are
A
white
white
women.
man? Mm.
God forbid I
Okay,
try and
guys,
make
this is our
references to
coming out
accuracy.
video. We're all white.
We're all white.
I'm
I'm so
so
sorry.
sorry.
I'm so
On behalf of
sorry.
white people, I apologize.
I'm so sorry. We are white apologists.
Everybody get on a knee.
Stop.
Now.
We're gonna kneel for everyone. I have to admit, I kneeled the entire time I was drawing this photo.
Really?
No. Grace.
Oh wait, Gullible is written on the ceiling.
We both
Swaggity
kind of did
swag.
a circle thing in the background too.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
like
felt
that.
so left out.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Wait,
even
I didn't
realize.
get the message. I got mine done first. No one told me we were doing
I
that.
I didn't even like think like I didn't notice till after I had put mine and looked like at Grace's that we both did it. Like it wasn't
I
Yeah,
intentional.
just like the white in the background because it gives more of a contrast between her skin tone and the gray. I just like it a lot more than just the plain background.
I
Yeah.
was so hurt. Like when you line ours up, it like mine just stands out because it doesn't have a circle behind it.
Sam, I'm so sorry.
Gotta join the circle club, dude.
I don't forgive you.
Let's scrap this whole video and redo it so Sam can add a circle to it.
I just wanted to let everyone know my mom just walked in.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Grace's mom.
No, she's not here anymore, but it is
No,
11.
bring Carrie back. Bring her back.
No,
Carrie can be in the YouTube video.
no.
Well, thank you for watching my video on my channel.
This is not. That is not true at all. That is false
Please
information.
leave a like and
This has
subscribe
been
to.
Markiplier. Come to the next video.
Hello, everybody. My name.
My name is
Hello, everybody.
Markiplier.
My name is Mark.
No, we should have done that.
My
in the
name is
intro.
Markiplier. Merry Christmas, or
Merry Christmas.
Merry
or
Christmas.
Hanukkah,
Or
Or Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Or Kwanzaa. Or Kwanzaa.
Or Kwanzaa.
or Halloween.
Or Halloween. Yes, the 4 main winter holidays.
I am going to end this. I'm ending this now.
Good night.
Hey kids, nice to eat ya. Are you ready for some Fazbear Pizza?